I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, or my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, by my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanye joda zoge jonam lo chanjo bado tani gyabso dage jinso geben Tola benjir sanje dubara jo sanje joda zoge jonam lo chanjo bado tani gyabso dage jinso gebe sonam ge tola benjir sanje Nubara jo sanje joda soge chonamna chanjo bardo dane gyabso che dage jinso gebe so namge dola benjire sanje dubara jo sanje joda soge Gyabso che dage jinso gebe sonamge tola penjir sanje dubara sho Om ye dharma he tu prabhavam he tum te sham datta Evam vati mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma he tum te sham dathagato hyevatat te sham chayo nirodha Evam vati mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma he tu prabhavam he tum te sham dathagato hyevatat te sham chayo nirodha Evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. All phenomena arising causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes are as well taught by the great seer. Okay, where did we lead this morning? Okay, permanence and impermanence. Okay. Did you get the answer?
No.
I see. Okay, so basically this is okay, so I think better you can remind me later. And who is that? There's another one. I think this is Noriyangla. Noriang also you should be reminding me a little later. For the time being, we continue with where we left this morning. We're talking about 3 turnings will of Dharma. And the 3rd turning will of Dharma, the place for Vaishali and the target audience, Chidamatra, and then the subject matter, what was taught. So there, what I mentioned is that the Buddha interpreted, as we need to know the sequence, or we need to know the evolution of how this came into being. The first turning of Dharma, second turning of Dharma, then the third. For the third, it was the Buddha's interpretation in the form of response to the question asked by Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva Pramat Samudgatha. Very good, thank you. Bodhisattva Brahma Samudgata. So what was the response given by Buddha to this question? So the Buddha indicated, now that we know the three natures, what are the three natures? Impure nature, other power nature, and thoroughly established nature, three natures. So this concept of three natures is something which you find common in all the four Buddhist schools, Vaibhashika, Sautrantika, Chittamatra, and Madhyamaka, all four. And particularly, although this concept was very clearly fleshed out by Chittamatra, but we do find the mention of these three natures in the two Madhyamikas also. So if you know this so well, you will not be confused when you are learning, particularly eventually we are going to learn the Madhyamikas philosophy. So here we are talking about the Bodhicittavivarana is about when it's bodhicitta. Bodhicitta, two kinds of bodhicitta, ultimate bodhicitta and conventional bodhicitta. And here the Arya Nagarjuna, after explaining a little bit, talking about the mentioning about the conventional bodhicitta, then the ultimate bodhicitta was explained. So there, what is ultimate bodhicitta? Ultimate bodhicitta is the wisdom, the Arya, the Mahayana Arya beings. Mahayana Arya beings, the understanding or realization of the emptiness directly. In other words, that direct realization of the wisdom directly realizing the emptiness in the minds of the Mahayana Arya beings. So don't worry. So this is one. So the wisdom directly realizing the ultimate truth. What is ultimate truth? So that is something that we're going to explain based on Madhyamika philosophy, not the Chittamatra philosophy. I will touch upon it very little bit of the Chittamata's point of view, but then Arya Nagarjuna is explaining everything based on Madhyamika philosophy while rejecting the Chittamatra and other philosophical schools. Okay, so what was the response? So here, of the three natures, the Buddha taught, okay, now look, this is a little technical. It's not difficult, it's technical. We need to pay attention. And the Buddha taught, in the first turning of the Dharma, when I taught that the Four Noble Truths exist truly, in the first turning, when I taught the Four Noble Truths exist truly, I meant other power nature and the thoroughly established nature to be truly existent. You getting it? So of the three natures, let me make it very simple. Of the three natures, you tell me, say, let's say that if you're very thirsty, and then I said, and you see that I'm drinking this juice, and you are feeling very thirsty, and you're looking at me. So I said, don't worry, I'll also give you juice. Imagine a juice. Imagine an orange juice and drink it. You'll not be happy. So what's the difference between this? Which is real? This juice or the imaginary juice? Which is real? Which is true? This one or the imaginary juice? Okay, which is true? This juice that I'm holding or the imaginary? Which is true? Hey, Justin. Huh? The one that I'm holding is the true juice. Okay. So likewise, the impure nature and the other power nature, which of the two is more true? Is more real? Huh? Namsala. Louder. Other power nature. Okay, how many agree with Namsala? Other power nature and the impure nature. Other power nature is more true, is real. Okay, is there anybody who would like to explain why other power nature to your mind it comes as more real and true? Why? Anyone? Anyone? Yes.
Because I can perceive it with my senses.
The other part is just something which I can perceive with senses. Imaginary is just come to your mind. That's it. So therefore, one is real, one is not real. Very good. Now let me say thoroughly established nature and what is that? Impure nature. Which of the two appears to your mind as real? Thoroughly established nature and imputed nature.
Imputed.
Okay, think carefully. Simply because, say, somebody gives an answer and I show a very strange face, don't trust my face. You getting it? So, thoroughly established nature and imputed nature, which appears as more real?
The ordinary mind, the imputed nature becomes more real.
This is not my question. Now, when I say say okay, let's say a simple ordinary pulley. Pulley is the Ladakhi snakes. Pulley and a very delicious pulley. Picture of the delicious pulley. For the ordinary people, picture of the delicious pulley looks more attractive. But which is more real? Although the other one, which is not so doesn't look so nice, but is more real. You getting it? So likewise, my question is, which is more real? Other part of nature? No. Imputed nature and thoroughly established nature, which is more real? Okay, raise a hand over here.
Зависимая природа.
Dependent nature.
This is not my question. Only two questions, not three. So, thoroughly established nature and imputed nature, which is more real?
Thoroughly.
It's not about this mind, that mind. It's about, okay. Okay, let's say that. Okay, am I food or am I a human being?
Human being.
Hey, am I food or am I a human being? Don't say the echo for the lines, you are food. Don't say that. You're getting it? For the lines, I'm a food. Don't say that. Yes, it's true. Is it true or not? For the lines, I'm a food. But you don't say that I'm food. I'm a human being. You're getting it? So you have to give the correct answer. Anyone? Over there.
Совершенно установленная природа является абсолютной реальностью. Можно перевести? Совершенно установленная природа является абсолютной реальностью.
Thoroughly established nature.
Okay. So, lady here, what's your name?
Ирина.
Irina. Okay, Irina. Irina is saying is here.
Можно перевести, Алина? Если использовать ваш пример просок в руке, то более реальным является выписываемая природа, потому что мы можем это воспринять.
If we could use an example with the juice that you gave us, then the more real is imputed nature because we can perceive it.
The imputed nature is imaginary. You cannot perceive it. Okay, anyone else over there?
I would just add, because I have the same thought, that thoroughly established nature is even harder to perceive than imputed.
This is my question. Which is real?
So for ordinary mind, imputed nature will be.
What's your name? Diana is still saying that you are a food for the lions. For the lions, you are a food. You're getting it? Which is more real? So here, Candela. Thoroughly established nature. Okay, how many agree with Candela? And here, okay, look. Thoroughly established nature meaning something which is so thorough. You're getting it? Something which is so thorough that there's no room for my mind to imagine. You're getting it? So thorough there, so absolute that I cannot just imagine. So imaginary is very fluid, is not real. And whereas the thoroughly established nature is so real. You getting it? Okay. So of the three, what we have learned is imputed nature is not real. You understand it? Imputed nature is not, for example, that I imagine myself, okay, let's say that I imagine they're all Buddhas. Is it true or not true? It's just pure imagination. You're getting it? This is not real. So the Buddha taught that in the first 10 noble of Dharma, when I said that the Four Noble Truths exist truly, I meant the other power of nature and thoroughly established nature to be truly existent. In the second 10 noble of Dharma, when I said nothing exists truly, I meant the impure nature as not existing truly. Okay, let me repeat it. How the Buddha interpreted his own first two teachings in the third 10 noble of Dharma is that in the first 10 noble of Dharma, when I said what? Four noble truths exist truly, I meant other power of nature and thoroughly established nature to be truly existent. Then, in the second 10 noble of Dharma, when I taught that nothing exists truly, I meant impure in nature as not truly existent. You getting it? So this understanding becomes the foundation of Chittamatra philosophy. Okay, do you understand it? Okay, good. So with this in mind, now, so we know the three tenets of Dharma. All these three tenets of Dharma are meant to remove our ignorance. Remove our ignorance, don't forget it. The Buddha came on this earth to share the wisdom to dispel the darkness of ignorance. And how did the Buddha share the wisdom? In the form of teachings. So what teachings the Buddha gave? Three turnings of the wheel of Dharma. You getting it? Good. Okay, now, so we see that the ignorance, for example, how many of you have cut onions written in life? How many of you have cut onions? Or how many of you have no idea about onions? Raise hands. Onions. Okay, we all have experienced what it is. So onion, how many layers it has? 1 layer, 2 layers? Candela. Lots of layers. How many? 100? 20? 20? Which means you have never seen an onion. 20 layers. Yeah, I know. I've been there. If I've not been there, you can say American onions, they have 100 layers. I've been there. Okay, so how many layers? Maybe, okay, let's say the 5 layers. 5 layers. You're getting it? 5 layers. But don't take it very seriously. It can have 6 layers, 7 layers, 8 layers. I don't know. You're getting it, to be very honest. Okay, so let's say it has 5 layers. So first you want to see what is inside. Then you remove the outer part. Again, there's similar layer inside. Again, you put it. You want to see the inner core. So there are 5 layers. Likewise, our ignorance has so many layers. Ignorance has so many layers. You getting it? And ignorance, how to get rid of the ignorance? That's what we discussed this morning. Is that Vaibhashika, then Sautrantika, Chittamatra, Madhyamaka, Vidyamadhyamaka, Savatantrika Madhyamaka, Prasangika Madhyamaka. This is how we have to keep the climbing the ladder. Keep climbing the ladder. You getting it? So these 4 philosophical schools, it's not that, okay, you are Vaibhashika, you are Chittamatra. No. It's about the individual. Individual has to grow, keep growing. I can see that, for example, the young ones who are coming for the first time here. So there's been a residential program, and I see that you're growing from the answers that you're giving. I can see that you're growing. So this is where, from Vaibhashika, Sautrantika, what we do is that first we see that our thinking very much tallies with that of the Vaibhashika philosophy. Vaibhashika is like the first step. The first step, which is next to the ground. We are on the ground of samsara. From there, we climb to the first step, Vaibhashika. Once you get there, then somebody asks you a question, or you contemplate, you see that there's some holes here and there, some loopholes, meaning the problems are there, some internal contradictions are there. Then you encounter with Sautrantika school. This Sautrantika school answers these questions. You're getting it? Then you climb one step ahead. There, once you have settled well, again you see that there are some subtler loopholes, subtler problems, which means you're growing. Earlier, you don't see these loopholes in South Antarctica. Now you are there, your mind has become more intelligent, your information is more complete, you start to see the subtler loopholes. Then you see that with Chittamatra, you said, wow, this is amazing. You're getting it? You get to Chittamatra. Getting there, again, you see even more subtle loopholes. Then you go to into Savat Tantrika Madhyamaka. You think that this is ultimate final. And then when you stay there and the Prasanga, they ask you more questions. Then you end up seeing some very subtle loopholes. When you are able to remove these loopholes, then you get to the Prasangika philosophy. You're getting it? So this is why the Buddha, after becoming enlightened, he remained silent for how many days? 49 days. 49 days not giving any teachings and just in a meditative state. Then who? King Indra and King Brahma. These two, they descended to make presentation to Buddha and made the request, please turn the will of Dharma. And then what did the Buddha say? Profound, peaceful. I think we read it somewhere. We read it somewhere 2 years ago. Hey, this is only. Where did we read?
In the previous session.
Okay, where is it? Okay, this is only. Listen, this was with me for many years. And you were with me for how many days? This one ask. Where is it? Which page number? Page 6. Okay, page 6. It's in your book. You're getting it. Don't wait. Don't look at me. It's in your book. Okay, who has the mic? Who has the mic? Okay, let's say Kandala. Read it. Okay, let's say, yes, Kandala, read.
Profound, peaceful, elaboration of being, clear, light, and non-composite, such as the nectar-like Dharma I have discovered. Finding no one to fathom these teachings, in silence I will retire into the woods.
Okay, so the Buddha said, finding no one who can fathom these teachings, which means this ultimate real, thoroughly established nature of the three natures, thoroughly established nature. Buddha said, I don't see anybody who can understand. This is so profound. You're getting it? It's so profound that I don't see anybody who can understand this. So better it is for me to return to the words in silence. Then with more request, then the Buddha agreed, assented to this, and then Buddha started with the teachings. You're getting it? So the Buddha taught the teachings very skillfully. Very skillfully. Finally, the job is to remove the ignorance, and ignorance so deeply ingrained that the wisdom of emptiness, is it difficult? Emptiness, is it difficult or not difficult? This question. It entirely depends on how ingrained is your ignorance. And the ignorance within us so badly ingrained. It's a chronic disease within us. Believe it or not, it's a chronic disease. Later on, when you get some clue of emptiness, little bit of emptiness, just think about it. You might get goosebumps on your body, or you might get a tickling sensation in your body. Cold waves may flow through your body, and again come back. Instantly, it go back. Again, we'll just sucked up into the everything's real, not empty. You're getting it? This is how chronic the disease of this ignorance is within us. So it requires a lot of effort. So like the peeling the onion, how many layers I said? Minimum 5 layers. Otherwise, in reality, experiences bring the millions of layers there. Even if you think that you realize emptiness, for example, say maybe after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you keep studying, contemplating, you will see that it's going deeper, deeper, deeper. You still see that there are many, many more layers to see. And what I will say is that particularly with the people who are from the modern education background, all of us, modern education background, the problem is that we can do a great disservice to ourselves. Let me repeat it. Those with the modern education, like us, the great danger is that we can be a great disservice to ourselves. What I mean by disservice is that finally emptiness experience, a thoroughly established nature. How deep you go, that determines to what extent you are removing the mental defilements, to what extent you're going to remove the ignorance within us. And you get something there, let's say the first layer of emptiness. You think, oh, I got emptiness. Then you will not put any effort because you think that I got it. Then you will not put any effort to go deeper, which means you have created a dead end to understanding, and you don't go beyond this. And then the very gross affliction or gross ignorance may be removed, but the subtler ignorance is still there within us. You getting it? So therefore, it's so important never ever to feel complacent. Never ever to feel complacent. Complacent meaning? Gandala. What is complacent? Just feel sort of, oh, I got it. Easily satisfied. Don't feel easily satisfied that, I got it. Right? And they say there are many. One thing is that you can think of the great teachers. For example, like my own teachers, great teachers, and His Holiness. For example, say if you think that you realize emptiness, just if somebody tells you Arya Nigarjuna, and do you have any response? The physiological response to your mind, there's like goosebumps coming in the body, or just feel like crying with amazement. If that's not happening, means that you don't appreciate emptiness to the depth. Whereas for His Holiness, just the label Arya Nigarjuna comes, His Holiness becomes very different. There's a tremendous, profound admiration coming. And whereas nowadays people, so when I conduct these programs like retreats, and some young boys and girls, they said, oh, I read Arya Nigarjuna, he's very nihilistic. He's nihilist. He's idealist. Just for how long you study Arya Nigarjuna? Last 20 years. No, how many? 3 days. All 3 days, 3 in 25 hours. No. Maybe 15 minutes, 3 times. And the big monastic universe brilliant giants, extremely intelligent. But the debates, you just say something, the person could put a question and you get stuck. These are the brilliant people. And they spend 30, 40, 50 years. And they see just one line of Arya Nigarjuna, it blows their mind into profound admiration. They could see, their experience could see that your anger, ego, they all goes down. And your compassion increases. This is a depth of compassion that you see in these great teachers in the monastic universities. So, therefore, the thoroughly established nature, this is not something easy. Because of this, the Buddha said that finding no one who can fathom this teaching, in silence I return into the words. And through more requests made by the Indra and Brahma, the Buddha then decided to give the teachings in a very skillful way in the form of steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finally you get to the terrace. So steps were taught. So what are these steps? I'm going to quickly explain, and then we can go through the main text. This is the background information we require to understand this text. Otherwise, we'll just get stuck there. Okay, so the 5 levels of emptiness, or 5 levels of selflessness. 5 levels of selflessness. And the Buddha taught very skillfully, whereby you climb from the first to the second to the third. Okay, the first one, the emptiness of, okay, first you write 5 levels of selflessness. 5 levels of selflessness. Okay. The first, emptiness of permanent, unitary, independent self. Emptiness of permanent, unitary, independent self. Second, the first, emptiness of permanent, unitary, independent self. Next, emptiness of autonomous, substantial reality. Emptiness of autonomous substantial reality. Emptiness of autonomous substantial reality. Number three, emptiness of external reality. Emptiness of external reality. Number four, emptiness of true existence while not rejecting objective existence. Emptiness of true existence while not rejecting objective existence. Emptiness of true existence while not rejecting objective existence. And finally, emptiness of objective existence slash intrinsic slash inherent slash self-characteristics existence, self-characterized existence, and 5. Okay, good. Okay, there are more is good enough. Okay, now say, and this order, don't disrupt this order. This order is very important. Don't disrupt the order. What's the first? Emptiness of permanent unitary independent self. What is the second? Emptiness of autonomous substantial reality. Number 3, emptiness of external reality. Number 4, emptiness of true existence while not rejecting objective existence. And finally, emptiness of objective slash intrinsic slash inherent slash self-characterized existence. Okay, good. So let me warn you not to disrupt this order. And you do you know, do you sense, do you know why these 5 are put in this particular order? Anyone? Raise your hand. Anyone, do you know the reason why this is put in this particular order? Anyone? Yes, Aida.
This is the selflessness according to the 4 philosophies.
But they're 5.
And the 4th is 1 response to Swatantrita and
Wow, that's amazing. Wonderful, wonderful. Anybody else who likes to put in your own words over there? Paraji?
First one refers to the Bhashika, second one refers to Satantrika, third one refers to Chitmatra, fourth one refers to Swatantrika, Bodhika, and the fifth one refers to the Prasamika.
Okay, I wish it was like that. So this is very easy for us. I wish it was like that. Okay, anyone else? Why this order? Anyone guess? Yes.
Maybe from 1 to 5, it is become settled.
So this is answer. Say 1 through to 5, progressively it becomes subtler. The 1 is the grossest, and then you go down, becomes subtler. You're getting it? If you mix up the order, then you will not know which is subtle, which is gross. So why these 5 are very important is that it is like peeling off the onion. So what is inside the core of the onion? You peel the first layer, which is emptiness of permanent unitary independent self, and then you find the second layer inside, that is emptiness of autonomous substance. You remove that layer, again you find the third layer, what is emptiness of external reality. You remove that, you find another layer inside, what is that? Emptiness, true existence while not rejecting objective existence. Then finally you find something inside, that is emptiness of objective slash intrinsic slash inherent slash self-characterized nature, self-characterized existence. Good. Okay. So the benefit of this, understanding, learning all these 5, is that later on when you meditate emptiness, let's say the first, for the emptiness, the things that you need extensive studies. This is so important. For example, like if the, okay, if medical, is anybody who is a medical doctor? Medical doctor, anyone? Medical doctor? Medical doctor? Okay, the physics, okay, over there. So, but it's, for example, let's say that, oh, quantum physics is very easy. Or let's say the medicine is very easy. Medicine very easy. If you have some problem, take paracetamol. This is not that easy. You're getting it? Those who studied, like Ajahn who studied the medicine for great depth, then they know that is not that easy. So likewise, emptiness. You study for 10 days. Oh, I get something. And then you married. Oh, I'm getting something. It's easy. Why the Buddha to remain silent for 49 days? Why? No, it's very easy. Maybe I'm intelligent. Major people, they're dull and I'm intelligent. Maybe I understood very fast. 10 days. Right? And Buddhas, nobody could understand emptiness. Somebody's there, me. You're getting it? You may feel like this. Under such situation, then whatever experience that you get, just check with all these four. For the first thing that you do is just try to correlate. What do you understand? With try to match with each of these. Is it with the first, how these two differ? Compare and contrast. Your experience as the first layer. Your experience in the second layer. Sometimes if you get mixed up, which means that you understand emptiness is far away. It will help you that you need to study further, study more deeply. So this will greatly help us. Okay. Why I'm saying this is that once after 10-day retreat, it was many years ago, there was one participant. I think about like 1 year later, this participant came to India and came to see me and said that, Geshe, your emptiness is not my emptiness. Geshe said, Geshe, your emptiness, it works so good. It works so good. It's amazing. But when I'm in stress, anxiety, and when I'm problem, when I'm emptiness, it doesn't work. So emptiness for that purpose. You're getting it? So medicine, when you're sick, then the medicine for that purpose. When you're not sick, the medicine works. It doesn't make any sense. So I said that, okay. So she said, with emptiness, amazing experience. But when I really need it, stress, anxiety, and so forth, it doesn't work. So I told him, okay, emptiness, for how long did you study, contemplate, and practice, meditate? For how many years? 20 years. She says, no. Then what? 10 years. She said, no. Then 5 years. No. 1 year. No. How long? 10 days. Then I told her, okay, this will not work. 10-day experience is going to be like a movie trailer. Movie trailer is not a movie. What do you call it? Movie trailer. Or there's some other words? Preview? Huh? Trailers, okay. So trailer is not a movie. You're getting it? So then she said, what should I do? I said, you have to study Acharya Chandrakriti's text. You study Acharya Chandrakirti's text. And she said, for how long? I said, minimum 2 years. Then she said, Ayo. She said, Ayo. I told him, you have only 2 choices. Either you go for 2 years Ayo or lifelong Ayo. If you study this, it's 2-year Ayo. If you don't study this, it's lifelong Ayo. That's your choice, right? That's your choice. So this is not only for her, but all of us. It's the same for all of us. We have to study this text. This is extremely brilliant text. Arya Nagarjuna's text is there. And Arya Nagarjuna's text, if you try to study this, you will not get anything. You will not get anything. Acharya Chandrakriti's text, you study this, the style of composition is very different. Nagarjuna's style of composition and Acharya Chandrakirti's style of composition is very different. Study Acharya Chandrakirti's text and you will get some idea. With this, then you jump to Nagarjuna's. Then every verse, single verse, will blow you up into emptiness. You getting it? So till that point, if you don't study Acharya Chandrakirti's text, go to study Nagarjuna's text, you will not get anything. It's so, and these boys and girls, they're very true, who study Western philosophy, reading Nagarjuna's text for 1 day, 2 days, say it's idealistic, nihilistic. Yes, you are bound to come to this conclusion. Whereas if you study Acharya Chandrakirti's text, then go to Nagarjuna's, it will blow your mind. Wow, that's amazing. And then you might even say the tears may come out of joy or with amazement to this wonder of this profound experience. Okay, so with this in mind, now the question is that let me quickly go through these 5. Let me quickly go through, and then your job is to, and in the monastic universities, okay, what happened was that I said that these 5, put them together in the particular order I put it. You're getting it? These are not my creation. These are not my creation, but putting them in the order. This order, I put it in from different sources. I put them together in this order. This information came from Buddha and Nagarjuna, these teachers. But I put it in particular order so that people like us, you and me, those who don't have much time, right? Those who feel Ayo in 2 years. For them, I made it easy. That everything's just in one small space, you find it there. So the warning that I give is that in future, if you ever go to meet with teachers like Teacher Samanla and really learned teachers, when you go there, never ever tell them, sir, what is the 3rd level of emptiness? Don't say, because for them, they've never seen this, put them in one page. So I already warned it. And one girl from their class, she happened to go to South India, met my teacher, and asked, sir, what's the 3rd level of selflessness? And the teacher said, who told you that? And she said that Geshe Dorji Damdul said it. And my teacher said, go and ask him. You're getting it? So what I'm saying is that be smart, right? Be smart. I'm saying this. This is how I pulled these different concepts from different sources and put them together in one sheet, saying that these are 5 levels of selflessness. And if ever you want to go and discuss with the other, when you get some idea, you want more clarity, you want to have more discussions, receive teachings, and if you do with particular selfless level of the selflessness, you go and ask directly, sir, how can I understand the emptiness of external reality more clearly? Be very precise. Don't say 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let us first, to understand this, let me tell you the sources where the Buddha taught these things. Okay. The first thing, the Buddha in a sutra, Buddha taught, okay, these sources are very important. This will give you confidence that I'm learning these concepts, beautiful concepts, amazing, profound concepts, and which were originally taught by the Buddha himself. The Buddha taught that the 5 aggregates are the loads. 5 aggregates are the loads. You carry the bags with you. These are like the bags. These are like the loads to carry. The 5 aggregates are the loads, and the person is the load carrier. This is the first teaching. And of course, don't think that it's just one-line teaching. There are numerous teachings attached to that, but you see that it is exactly taught by the Buddha, that the 5 aggregates are the loads, and the person is the carrier of the loads. Number 1. Number 2. Karma and the ripening results. Karma and the ripening results exist. The self does not exist. The karma and the ripening results exist, but the self does not exist. Number two. Number three. All three realms are your mind. All three realms are merely your mind. Let me say this once more. All three realms meaning worlds. All three worlds or the three realms are merely your mind. Merely your mind. It's like everything's merely your dream. Like that. All three worlds are merely your mind. And finally, the Buddha, of course, this part where the Buddha taught nothing exists truly, you will find volumes and volumes and volumes. Okay, so that is about the emptiness according to Madhyamaka. There are volumes of volumes the Buddha taught. Okay, now let me explain each one of them. The first, when the Buddha taught, what is the first one? The five aggregates are the loads, and the person is the load carrier. Meaning that, say how many you, once in a while you feel sad, heavy, irritated, raise hands? We all feel that. Okay, so who is that person? Who is that person who feels heavy? Okay, so what you are, in fact, is amazing. So our body, how the body came into existence. So Charles Darwin would say this is evolution. Through evolutionary is evolution from the unicellular organism till today. Very complex. It's amazing. When you study the biology of the body, your body is amazing how the body works. So however the body works, the reality is that we are nothing but made of the body and the mind. You're getting it? We are nothing but made of body and mind. And take your time. Buddha, on many occasions, Buddha taught the concept of, okay, I think it was Lasky who asked this question about the soul and the mind difference. Buddha taught the concept of like a soul. Buddha taught this concept so many times. And even within the Buddhist scholars, Buddhist practitioners, great masters, there were some who are the true advocates of such a soul like the self. So what we have is just if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, or at times it may become really hazy, don't worry. So what you describe yourself as a male or non-male, female or non-female, you describe yourself. So that is purely based on the body. You agree, not agree. And sometimes the body and the mental, bodily you may be male, but mentally you may be female. That's also possible. And bodily you may be female, but mentally you may be feeling male. That's also possible. But generally speaking, say you describing yourself as male, female, and so forth, is purely based on your body. How many agree with me? Raise hands. That I am a male, I am a female, based on a body. And then let's say that, okay, I'm kind, I'm not kind, I'm intelligent, not intelligent, I'm good in physics, not good in physics, I'm good at music, not good at music, and so forth, is based on your, say particularly for your kindness or IQ, high, low, and so forth, is based on your mental. How many agree with me? Raise hands. Mental. And what is mind? Mind is brain, not brain. This is a different issue. Keep that aside for the time being. Otherwise, what we see is that all the descriptions related to yourself, this is what I call as the empirical self. Empirical self. Empirical self meaning self which you understand of yourself. I know myself. I'm sad. I'm not sad. I'm happy. I'm not happy. Okay, I feel a little tired. I'm not a little tired. So whatever. All these descriptions are related either to the body or to the mind. You agree? Okay. And then these we may talk about something more than this. When we die, something travels to the next life. The Buddhism also accepts that. So it's not about whether Buddhism accepts or not. You have to think about the reality. So the way in the manner His Holiness would say, the Buddhist cosmology, it does not make sense. You're getting it? Not the whole Buddhist cosmology, part of the Buddhist cosmology. He's also outrightly said that it doesn't make sense. It's against today's modern science. Or the modern science, and then simply because modern science said it doesn't mean that you would accept it. But there are things which the modern science said and proven. What modern science says may not be proven. For example, like Newton, he talked about the absoluteness, absolute existence, relativity of the space, but not the relativity of the time. He did not prove that. In those days, it was accepted as the conventional norm. But then, with the advancement of quantum physics, particularly relativity theory, then even the time is discovered to be relative. It's not the absolute. So which stood against Newton's physics. Simply because science says doesn't mean that it should be reality. But those things which are proven by science, there are many things which are said not proven by science. For example, like the brain and mind, as I said earlier, Professor Eric Kandel, in his book, In Search of Memory, Professor Eric Kandel, who is a Nobel laureate in the physiology. So what he said is that current neuroscience, he did not say that it's proven. What is that? It's the hypothesis. It's the hypothesis of the current neuroscience that there's no mind, it's only the brain, number one. Number two, mind is there, but the mind is the emergent property of the brain. When the brain dies, the mind disappears. This is a current neuroscience hypothesis, true standard hypothesis. It can be revolutionized. It can be turned over later on, turned upside down later on, can be rejected later on. But this is not proven. This is what neuroscience believe at the moment. So therefore, we need to make a distinction between what is proven and what is believed by science. This distinction must be made. Okay, having said this, so what I'm saying, the empirical means that what you and I can experience, and whereas something which travels to the next life, it's Buddhism. Do Buddhists accept it? Yes, we accept something traveling. So what is that? And then the other traditions like Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and many of the ancient Indian philosophical traditions, except for Charvaka, they all believe there's something traveling from one life to the other. So what is that thing which is traveling? And systems may differ in the exposition. Okay, for the time being, what we talk about is that we talk about the empirically what is within you. So what is within you is, we see that is a body and a mind. And then so for the time being, just note down what is very standard position. And later on, you can explore. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept it. Just explore and see how true it is. Okay. Body and the mind. So the body, we're talking about the 5 aggregates. We're talking about the 5 aggregates. You are consisted of the body. So body is known as the body is they put as a separate aggregate of form. The first one, aggregate of form, Suga Pungbo. Pungbo is the aggregate, Suga Pungbo. Now with the mind, the mind we see that mind in general and the specific functions of the mind too. Mind, for example, let's say, okay, Gandala. Which university, which college were you from?
I'm going to UC Santa Cruz.
Okay, UC Santa Cruz, California. Okay, let's say UC Santa Cruz, California is a very good university or college. Okay, it's amazing, efficient. Okay, Namsa, don't disturb him. Right? Namsa disagrees. Namsa is a very stubborn logician. Right? If you say something, to her, ask something which you cannot answer, she will twist you and you would be just thrown amazed. Wow, right? Actually, you did not get anything. She just twisted. Use her intelligence. This skill. Okay, so what I'm saying is that you say this university where he's graduated, this university is extremely good university. If I say this, then majority of us will say that okay. But then those people like Candela, they may ask me which department. The same university has multiple departments, many departments. Which department are you saying is very good? Particularly which department? Okay, which means, tell me, in the say the governments, Indian government or the USA government, whatever, Japan, government of Japan and so forth, these governments have many ministries. You agree? Okay, now tell me, on what basis these ministries are assigned? Anyone? Just raise hands. On what basis these ministries are assigned? Maybe we can ask Chola Ringzila. You'll be the best person to give the answer. Oh yeah, Chola Ringzila.
Various ministries.
On what basis the ministries are assigned? What basis?
Different functions, different problems in the society.
And different functions to deal with the problems of the society. Okay, this is the best answer we can get. Okay, thank you, Chalarinzila. Okay, so the ministries are different within the same government. We say that Indian government is amazing, Japanese government is amazing. If you just say Japanese government is amazing, and then if somebody is from the Japanese government, they may ask you precisely which ministry. You getting it? So there are many ministries within the same government. The Ministry of Education is very strong. Ministry of Education is very strong. So these ministries are assigned based on the different functions of the same government. You agree? How many agree with? Okay. So what Chola Rinzila said, this is a law. You getting it? This is the ultimate law because he's from that department, that section. So a mind in general, and the mind has multiple functions. Because some people, you give mathematical problems or physics problem, they'll solve problems so easily. And same person you said, he's so good, she's so good, and hey, meditate, and meditate in 2 minutes will start to fall asleep. Well, some people, they're very good in meditation, right? Some people, they're very good in meditation and PR. What is PR? Public relations hopeless. And some people, they're amazing in public relations. Meditate, easily fall asleep. Some people, they're amazing in, let's say, football, and they give a pen and say, do this 2 + 3, 2 + 3 equals 10. You getting it? So what makes the difference? What makes all these differences? Some people are so good in maths, but not good in physics. Some people are so good in music, not good in meditation. Some are so good in meditation, PR is 0. Some are so good in PR, but diplomacy, PR, they're so good, but then the meditation is 0, physics is 0. Tell me on what basis? What differentiates the capabilities of the individuals? On anyone? Yes, Yugandhar.
Experiences, the experiences we have from childhood, and the things that we are aware of and we are exposed to.
Okay. Some people who are with the meditators for 20-30 years, still they come to sleep. There's an interest. Anyone else?
Mind temperament.
Development of the mind. Temperament of the mind. Yes, true. Familiarity. Yes. Anyone else?
Own experience.
Own experience. Okay. So the more the experience, better. Okay. So how old is Messi? Hey, young boys, tell me, how old is Messi? 37. So there are people who have been playing football for the last 50, 60 years. Messi played only for 37 years. But who's better? Messi, simply because more experience doesn't mean that you're better. Okay. Who said it, karma? Who said it? Okay, karma. That's interesting. Okay, I cannot reject it. That's true, karma. Karma, and Jimala is saying, depends on your own mind, mental capacity, mental skills. This is answer. You getting it? Mental skills and the mental skills. People have different mental skills. And if you ask me why different mental skills, then maybe previous karma. You getting it? Okay, so what we said is that just as the governments, they have different ministries based on the different functions of the government. Likewise, our mind has different functions. On that basis, the different mental factors are assigned. You're getting it? Mind and mental factors, government and the ministries. You're getting it? Likewise, the mind and the mental factors. The mental factors assigned based on different functions of the mind. Mind and mental factors. Okay, how many such mental factors are there? Yes, Deshinla.
If everything is determined by karmic connection, then in this life we don't have any significance.
Okay, that's true. Is it to me or to this girl? Huh? Okay, so this is a very complicated question. Okay. So the question, let me repeat this, and each one of us think about it and bring up the answer. You're getting it? The question is that if everything is determined by karma, then we are totally handicapped. We can't do anything. Everything is determined by karma, so we don't have the freedom to do anything. So this is a problem. So how can you explain? How can you explain, hey, do good, don't do good? No, what to do is my karma, right? This is exactly what happens to the children who are always after the mobiles, Instagram, Snapchat, Reels, right? And no study. And the mother said that, hey, study well. So if you don't study, you'll fail. You getting it? And finally, exam comes and the child fails. And the mother, I told you, Dejan, I told you last time that if you don't study, you'll fail. You fail now. Mom, it's my karma to fail. You're getting it, right? And mom, you also believe in karma? Mother says, yes. So what do you do? You're getting it? This is known as the abuse of the concept of karma. This is not the real concept of karma. This is the abuse of the concept of karma. You're getting it? So the karma, there are two kinds. Definite karma and uncertain karma. In other words, weak karma and strong karma. Karma is of two kinds, weak karma and strong karma. Strong karma is known as definite karma, and the weak karma is known as uncertain karma. Okay, so let me give you an example of, say, on the strong karma. Those people who oftentimes told me that, particularly very recently, somebody openly told me that I shared this with you already. I'm not going to mention the name of the person. Said that only regret that I have in my life is that I met this amazing Nalanda Dharma, Nalanda wisdom, very late in my life. Why I did not meet with this beautiful teaching when I was younger? This was his question. You getting it? So the karma stopped him from not meeting with this beautiful teaching. That was a definite karma, very strong karma. You're getting it? Very strong karma. So, whereas, for example, like in some cases that you have prepared for the exam so well, and say the next day is your exam, and the last 6 months you prepared so well. Next day is the exam, and this evening you just catch a extremely severe flu, severe headache, fever, cold, vomiting, finish, you can sit for the exam. That is the what karma? Definite karma. Strong karma, definite karma. Whereas you study, don't study, up to you. Right? And when you can study, you don't study, and then you fail. Yes, it's because of karma, but very weak karma, uncertain karma, which you can easily manipulate. By studying. You study that, the karma to fail will be stopped, and you'll pass. You getting it? So therefore, the karma, the weak karmas can be manipulated by us. We can create by creating new karmas, new positive karmas to counteract the weaker negative karmas. Or we want to engage in negative karmas to nullify the positive karmas of the past. So that's up to the entire to the individual. Okay, now we don't have time for unrelated questions. Related, unrelated. Okay, let's do this later. You're getting it? I know, so because I gave this answer and then others have many questions. You're getting it? Okay, this we'll do later. What's your name? Okay, Jane, you bring this up later, okay? Okay, because otherwise we will never, it's the third day, still we are yet to start the first word of the text. You're getting it? And if I don't finish this, if I leave, I'm not responsible. Jane is responsible. Not Jane, it's Dejana responsible. Right? Dejana plus Jane. Okay. So what were we doing? Okay, body and mind, yes, body and mind. So look, don't distract me. You're getting it? Don't distract me with the questions which may not be directly related. If you have these very pressing questions, note them down, keep them with you, and put them on my table. I may look for a good time to give the answer. You getting it? Don't distract me with these questions. Okay. So what was I saying? Okay, mind in general, as a mind, has two, we can speak of the mind in two ways. Mind in general and the mental factors. Mind and mental factors. Or primary mind and the mental factors. So the primary mind is given a separate, is assigned as a separate aggregate known as the aggregate of consciousness. So now how many aggregates done? Aggregate of form and aggregate of consciousness, two done. Now the mental factors are left. Mental factors meaning, hey, anyone, what is meant by mental factor? Did you hear about mental factor? When did you hear that? Mental factor, when did you hear that? Last year? 2 years ago? Okay, what is mental factor? Very quick. I already explained it. Very quick. Somebody. Yes.
It's like a faculty in big university.
It is like the?
It's like a faculty department.
Okay, different departments in the university based on different functions. Very good, thank you.
We have 61 mental factors.
51.
Yes. Good sense.
Okay, so what's your name? In a way, Helen is saying that don't distract Geshe too much. There are 51 mental places to study. You're getting it? Helen is saying don't distract Geshe too much. Right? There are many things. I'm here to speak of 51 and she already spoke to me. Thank you, Helen. Okay, so now the thing is that mental factors are given this label mental factors based on the different functions of the mind. And how many such functions are there? The mind to concentrate, the mind to evaluate, the mind to compose music, mind to play the what? Even with the studies, there are different studies. Some who can be extremely observant. And His Holiness is amazing. You're getting it? For us, we have to see one by one like this. His Holiness does not have to do like this. His Holiness just like this. Finish. You're all captured by His own eyes. Amazing. Observant power is so trained from many lifetimes. It's amazing. So, how many such functions are there? The power to observe, power to concentrate, power to evaluate, power to proactively engage, power to not to react, the power to be compassionate, and power to see to the human being. Animals are second class. No, animals more important. Human beings, they can take care of themselves. Animals require support. Some say, no, vegetations, ecology, environment. So people have different. The mind works very differently. How many such different functions of mind are there? Huh? Infinite numbers. Julia. Infinite numbers of functions there. Of these, say at one point, the Buddha identified 51 such functions. You're getting it? 51 such functions, known as the 51 mental factors. This is not an exhaustive list. This is not everything. It's just the 51 for us to understand very easily those which are directly related to our spiritual growth. Related to our growth to unravel our Buddha nature, unravel the hidden treasure. So these 51 mental factors are identified. Okay, so of these 51 mental factors, or otherwise I can say of the infinite mental factors, there are two mental factors which are extremely important for us. One is the mental factor of feeling. The feeling. And the feeling, you say the function to feel something. Feel the pleasantness, unpleasantness, and the neutral. That mental factor of feeling is so important. Why? Because that this mental factor of feeling, okay, how many of you oftentimes encountered this such a situation where you already made a plan to go somewhere, to do something in 10 minutes. You already made a plan, proper plan. And when it's actually there, time comes, you cancelled it. How many of you did it at least one time, 2 times in your life? You cancelled it. Right? Why did you cancel it? Is it anyone? Yes, the girl here, what's your name? Padma, tell me why.
I don't know, but I sometimes feel not willing to go.
Can you give me an example? Give me an example.
Sometimes when there's a lot of people, so I'm not very into, not very social, so I don't like many people, so then I cancel it.
Okay, so say your friend says, right? Dharma says that Padma, we'll meet. Where? In this cafeteria. Okay, and you come to discover there are 10 people coming. You cancelled it. Right? Sorry, I have a headache. Right? Sorry, I have urgent work. Right? You cancelled it. Or change the plan. Right? You cancelled it. Cancel it and change it to somebody else. And divert to something else. Right? Okay. So look, why this happened? Many times these things happen. You're getting many times these things happen. So why she changed the plan? Because cognitively, 5 omnipresent mental factors. What are they? 5 omnipresent mental factors. What are they? Contact, attention, discrimination, feeling, intention. You getting it? Okay. Let me explain this. This is very important. And then I see that there are many of us who don't know this. How many don't know this? The 5 omnipresent mental factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'll explain this 10, 11. I'll explain it very quickly. Okay. So Padma actually, the 5 omnipresent mental factors already operated in her mind and cancelled it. But she doesn't know how it happened. Right now she's going to learn. Why I cancelled? You're right. She's wondering why I cancelled. No, so now here comes. Okay, first what happens is that, look, this is how our mind works. For example, okay, first, what happened? Her friend, Dulma, hey, Padma, your friend Dulma, Yes. Okay. She must be quite scared. She knows everything about me. Okay. Your friend Dharma says, hey, Pema, let's meet in this cafeteria. Right? Let's meet. So come in contact, surface contact with the information. Dharma saying that we'll meet. And she thought it's only Dharma and her. Then what happens? Contact and pay attention. Is it true? Yes, she said it to us. Attention. Then discrimination. That's very true. That to us. And then feeling, pleasant feeling. Then intention, accepted. Intention, accepted the offer. Then later on, very soon she discovered that she received a call from someone else. You and Dharma meeting, yes, we are coming, right? So she got another. Her mind came in contact with the other information. The other people, 10 people are also coming. Contact, attention, discrimination. 10 people are coming, not Dharma and me. 10. Contact. What's the feeling? Unpleasant feeling comes. She likes it. She doesn't like it. You're getting it? Unpleasant feeling. And why this unpleasant feeling? So she does not like the unpleasant feeling. So what will she do? She will try to remove the unpleasant feeling. How to remove the unpleasant feeling? By removing the trigger of the unpleasant feeling. What triggered? 10 people coming together. That's the trigger. So how to remove it? She cannot say, oh, cancel all 10. Don't come. She cannot say that. The best thing is, you said, no, I will not come. So the intention, in order to stop the trigger of the unpleasant feeling, she said, I will not come. I could not come, So this is emergency work. There's no emergency. But you said that there's emergency work there. I have to do that. So your mind remove the trigger by yourself withdrawing from the trigger. You're getting it? This is how the mind works. So of this, finally, Pema, tell me, what made your mind the intention to make you decide to move away from the 10 people? Why? Because of the unpleasant feeling triggered when there's a prospect of meeting with the 10 people. Unpleasant feeling. You getting it? Okay. So this unpleasant feeling decided her action. To go, not go, decided by the feeling. When the unpleasant feeling, to go, unpleasant, no, I'll not go. To go, pleasant feeling will go. You're getting it? So therefore, the feelings play a very important role in our life. So for the Dharma practice, to do virtues, we have to learn skills whereby to trigger the pleasant feeling when doing virtues, so that you engaging in the virtues is going to be extremely dynamic. You're getting it? Prashila, when he was young in Delhi, he's still young. Right? When he was in Delhi, every time there was the thought of bringing students together, organize some good programs, there's a joy coming in him. Yes? This joy triggered him to go into action, to bring the children, to bring these students there. And this is his special skill, his charisma, to draw the young people together to engage in good things. And all the things which he did with the proper plans is all virtuous. It's amazing. Not for drinks, pubs, or nightclubs. No, nothing of this is only for the young boys and girls to go into the proper direction. That's amazing. So every time that he's thinking about doing something good, there's a joy coming. You're getting it? Where you think of doing something good, unpleasant feeling comes, you will stop doing it. You're getting it? So therefore, with these knowledge of the 5 omnipresent mental factors, we come to learn, the message that we come to learn is that, for example, laziness. What is laziness? Laziness from doing something good or bad? Hey, laziness from doing something bad or doing something good? From doing something good. You're getting it? If you are lazy from doing something bad, this is very good. Be lazy doing good, doing bad things. Don't be lazy doing good things. You're getting it? So, lazy, mere description of feeling lazy is lazy over doing good things. You're getting it? So while lazy, the prospect of doing the good things, unpleasant feeling comes. For example, say, okay, in many places, winter, very harsh, cold winter, you're supposed to get up at 7 o'clock, you're in the cozy bed, the bell, the alarm clock rings, right? Then what do? You press the alarm clock. right? So you don't feel like getting up. You don't feel like getting up. So this is where this is known as the laziness. But some people are very unrealistic. Their body requires a lot of rest because they may be on medication. They require a lot of rest. And mentally, they could not calculate the two things, the power of the mind and the power of your body. The power of the body is so weak, and mind has to behave according to the body. But they see that, oh, I have this thing to do, that thing to do, this and that. I will sleep for the next 5 hours. Your body may require 7 hours, 8 hours sleep. And then you sleep, and then in 5 hours, the bell rings. And then your body says, no, I cannot do it. Then you press the button. Is this laziness? This is not laziness. You're getting, this is because of your inability to calculate the power of your mind and the power of the body. You should have to see that these two synchronize so well. Okay, so whereas your body has the capacity to get up at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, but it's cold outside, right? So that makes you sleep more. Chisumle, yes, sometimes. Physicists, yes. Dedena, yes, sometimes. Yes. Kandana. Punamla. For Kaina, no. For Kanashu, you have to get up. I know that, okay. Okay, so what I'm saying is that this is where your body has the capacity to get up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and then you say it's cold outside, so next 5 minutes, and 5 minutes never ends. 5 minutes snooze. Again, next 5 minutes snooze. Again, next 5 minutes snooze. This is laziness. You're getting it? So why you are not getting up? Because unpleasant feeling comes with the prospect of getting up. You getting it? So therefore, we're doing good. We have to learn skills whereby pleasant feeling comes. Pleasant feeling comes. Okay, at times, let's say your family and another family, there's a little conflict. Your family and another family. Your family and the neighbor's family. Little conflict is there. Sometimes it happens. And then say, at times you feel so weak. You're getting it? So weak. Particularly the other side, the what? More aggressive. And you feel weak. Oh no, I wish I'm born in another family. Not in this family. Right? How many once in a while felt like this? Raise hands. Okay, no one. I'm glad. Good news. Okay. So, but I know it happened to many of us, right? We don't want to own up. So there, look, it's very strange. Why? Look at that, so aggressive, so unkind, and we are so helpless. It's all because I'm born in this family. I wish I'm born in another family, right? So there, two things. I'm born in this family. I'm so fortunate. I'm so fortunate. If I'm not born in this family, my two parents will suffer even more. Right? I'm so glad that somehow whether I can really compete with them or not, or I can fight with them or not, it doesn't matter. But I'm there for my parents. At least the pain of my parents will be minimized, less. It will not go away. I don't have the capacity to be aggressive, but then still, by my presence, my two parents, they will not be in as much pain as otherwise would be. Right? I'm so glad that I'm here. Versus, oh no, I'm born in the wrong place. I wish I'm born in another place where can I fully dedicate on my studies, where I don't have to go into the family issues. I can focus totally on my studies so that I can clear UPSC and then become the IAS officer, right? Something like this. Okay, so look. So with the same situation, unpleasant feeling comes, you feel weak. You'll start doing this. Pleasant feeling comes, right? Okay, I'm in this situation, very bad situation. And because of my presence, my parents, they feel stronger. I'm so glad. When I say I'm so glad, my parents feel stronger. They have to suffer less. When you say they have to suffer less, what feeling comes to you? Pleasant, unpleasant? Pleasant feeling comes. That will make you very strong to stay there. You getting it? Whereas you feel that, oh, I'm so weak. I'm born in the wrong place. I'm born in the wrong place. Pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling. unpleasant feeling. This will make you shrink. You're getting, in any ways, you cannot move to another body today. You are here. You're trapped in this body, right? So you feel so weak. This is how the mind works. Good. 5 omnipresent mental factors. With this, what we're saying is that feeling plays a very important role. So doing virtues, learn the skill. You and I'm not just telling you and I, both of us, we have to learn the skills to generate joy when doing something good, when doing something virtuous, and generate unpleasant feeling when you're about to do something bad. You getting it? So that you'll stop doing the bad things. This is a skill that these are very sophisticated taught in the Buddhist psychology and the books by the great masters. These skills were taught. Okay, so feeling is very important, which decides all our actions. Good actions, bad actions, all decided by their feelings. So therefore the feelings is ascribed as a separate aggregate of feeling. How many aggregates gone now? Aggregate of form, aggregate of consciousness, and aggregate of feeling. Okay, 3 gone. 3 aggregates gone. Now there's another mental factor which is extremely important in our life, not only in this life, but all through the Buddhahood. That is the mental factor of discrimination. And discrimination, this word discrimination, can have a very negative connotation. Gender discrimination, racial discrimination, and social discrimination, so forth. But here, the word used here is very neutral in that sense. It has nothing to do with this kind of meaning, discrimination. It simply means the ability to distinguish things. The function to distinguish things. This is the meaning of the discrimination here. And this discrimination plays a very important role. Okay, tell me, if you are a physicist, you want to become a top-ranking physicist or an average physicist. If you're given a choice, what would you say? Okay, the best thing is ask a physicist. Tell me. Huh? Top-ranking physicist, right? Top-ranking physicist. Okay, so what determines an average physicist from a top-ranking physicist? What determines that? The discrimination with respect to physics decides. You're getting it? If the discrimination with physics is very sharp, extremely nuanced and sharp, you can become a top-ranking physicist. Whereas if the discrimination, the ability to distinguish things with respect to physics is average, you become an average physicist. Okay. And let's say if you are the businessman or businesswoman in computer science, right? Would you become like Macintosh or the Apple and so forth, right? What decides? Again, the discrimination with respect to the computer skills, that decides. That decides. If it's average, you become an average person. If it's extremely sharp, you become a top-ranking, so much demand from everywhere. Apple, Macintosh, and Facebook, everybody will be after you. So your discrimination decides, in other words, that discrimination is so important that decides the quality of your life. The discrimination decides the quality of life. Whatever you're doing, the quality of that particular area is decided by the discrimination with respect to that area. Okay, for example, say the architecture. Okay, where is Kunjole? Huh? Kunjo, she's not here. She's inside. Okay, she's very happy, I know. So, look, say even the architects, what is your recognition of your skills? It entirely depends on the mental factor of discrimination with respect to the architecture. You're getting it? So if it's so nuanced, then there's a tremendous demand. It doesn't mean that Kunjuli is not, nuanced. She's amazing. So for example, say, how many are really, really, really good in painting? Raise hands. Are really, really good in painting, just not painting. Okay, look, she's a prospective good painter, not a good painter. perspective good painter. Okay, so what I'm saying is that, say, for most of us, if I put the painting of Mona Lisa with my painting, most of you will appreciate my painting. It's very colorful, right? It's very colorful, nice. Mona Lisa is so dull, so dull. And then you say that this painting, who painted this? Geshe Dorji Damdul, right? Amazing, it's amazing. He's better than who painted the Leonardo da Vinci, right? Oh, wow, amazing, Geshe-la, right? He's better than Leonardo da Vinci, right? And then Michelangelo comes. Michelangelo said that, what are you doing? We're comparing these two paintings. Which paintings? Painting of Leonardo da Vinci and Dorji Damdul, right? What is this painting? Throw this. It is not, there's no comparison there. What are you crazy? Are you mad? Right? There's no comparison. So we don't have the eyes to see that the sophistication of the Mona Lisa painting. You're getting it? We don't have these eyes. Because those people who have these eyes, these become brilliant painters. You're getting it? So therefore, these eyes meaning the ability, the mental factor of the discrimination with respect to the paintings. Okay, so that decides the quality of a life, quality of whatever you're doing, the quality of that is decided by the mental factor of discrimination. So therefore, mental factor of discrimination is ascribed as a separate aggregate. Aggregate of, now how many aggregates? Form, aggregate of form, aggregate of consciousness, aggregate of feeling, aggregate of discrimination of form. And then finally, the remaining mental factors are all put into one basket, known as the aggregate of compositional factors. Okay, so total we have 5 aggregates. So therefore, the Buddha taught, okay, now look, the different teachings the Buddha gave. The first teaching Buddha gave is that the 5 aggregates are the loads, and the person is the load carrier. Okay, let's say a person A has 5 aggregates, but is it that everyone has 5 aggregates? Is it that everyone has 5 aggregates? Not in those born in the formless realm. Those born in the formless realm, they don't have form. So the aggregate form is missing, only 4 aggregates. Whereas in the human realm, everyone has 5 aggregates. You're getting it? Everyone has 5 aggregates. So that the Buddha taught, your 5 aggregates are the loads, and you are the carrier of these loads. Indicating. So what do you mean by loads? So if you carry a load, if you feel tired, what do? You put down the load and then you go out to freshen up, to freshen up yourself, to have some water, and to drink, eat something. So aggregate and you are separated. You can separate. This is what the Buddha indicated, that at one point, the five aggregates are the loads and you are the carrier of the loads, indicating that the self does exist as an independent, permanent, unitary, independent self. The Buddha at one point did teach that the self exists as permanent, unitary, independent. The 5 aggregates are not permanent, they're impermanent. But the self is permanent. 5 aggregates are not unitary. It has multiple parts, but the self is unitary. The 5 aggregates are dependent on other things, but the self is independent, permanent, unitary, independent self. This is what the Buddha taught at one point. Then, on another occasion, the Buddha taught that the karmas and their ripening results exist, but a person does not exist. Okay, so here, Buddha taught that the karmas and the ripening results, they have autonomous substantial reality. They have autonomous substantial reality, but the person, this person does not have autonomous substantial reality, because, for example, let's say that, okay, let's say that, what is this? This is a rosary. Then I go deeper into the rosary, then I see that there are these 100 beads. 108 beads are there. Do you remove each one of these beads? Beads are all scattered, and the thread also separated. Then where is the rosary? Rosary disappears, but the paths which form the rosary still exist. You're getting it? The paths exist as permanent, as autonomous substance real, but the rosary disappeared as an autonomous substance real. Rosary does not exist as autonomous substance real, but the paths, karma and then rapid results, my body, my mind, so they exist as the previous karma and their rapid results, they exist. But if you assume the body is not the self, my mind is not the self, you go into this life, then self disappears, but the paths are left. So this is where the Buddha indicated as the karmas and the rapid results exist, but the self doesn't exist. It doesn't mean self doesn't exist. Self doesn't exist as autonomous substantial real. Self does exist. It does not exist as autonomous substantial real. It is empty of autonomous substantial real. This is next. Okay, what next?
Say it again.
Next teaching is all three realms are your mind, meaning that there's nothing external, it's purely your mind. There's nothing external. Emptiness of external reality. Tell me, of the 5 levels of selflessness, 5 levels of emptiness, which is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one? Emptiness of externality. Number 3. So when the Buddha taught, this teaching is related to this philosophy is related to the Buddha's teaching that all 3 realms are your own, merely your mind. Merely meaning that there's nothing external, it's just your mind. For example, let's say, how many of you have seen somebody hallucinating? How many have seen somebody who's hallucinating? Only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the lady over there, would you mind sharing with us what kind of hallucination somebody's going through?
On the subject,
The drugs, yes. Okay, yes, the drugs. Anyone else? Yes.
Some people sleep talk. Some of my friends.
Huh?
Some of my friends sleep talk. They talk when they are asleep.
That is not hallucination. That is in dream. In dream you talk. Okay, your name, Elena? No, Elena. Your name, Elena? Yes. Okay, both are Elena. Okay, yellow Elena. And then red Elena will come later.
It was my old neighbor, and it was schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia, yes, very, very scary. Very painful, acutely painful schizophrenia. Yes, you're right. And here?
And my example is hallucination right now because it's same.
You are saying we're all hallucinating. Okay, that will come later. Okay, first we have to know the conventional hallucination, then we come to say that we're all hallucinating. That's the final conclusion. Okay, so schizophrenia is one thing. Yes, you are right. And I learned that there was one person and whose daughter was, the mother was, the daughter was holding the mother all the time, because on the bed, the mother was rolling all the time, and because the mother can fall. So the daughter was holding the mother all the time. So later the mother recovered well, and somebody asked her, why you were doing this? Why you were rolling all the time? She said that she was seeing, it was pure hallucination. She was not sleeping. That, say, there's one place, okay, the Ladakhis and you know that, most of us, we may not know that. What is this? Sipasai Tutul. What is that? Cemetery or? Huh?
Kuleshwari. Sibatel.
Sipasai Tutul. Yes, Dasangla. Sipasai Tutul. Yes. So Sipasai Tutul, what do the people do? Dasangla. What do the people do? They roll?
Yes.
They roll with a blind faith that
And they cut some hair.
Okay, cutting, rolling. Tell me about that. Why do they roll?
I think they pretend to dead or something like that. Pretend to be dead.
So what? They don't. They will die.
I think it's like a ritual. They just feel like for a few minutes like they pretend to be dead.
Then what? So what's the benefit?
I don't know.
Okay. So in fact, some people say that your death will be easy, your death will be virtuous, and so forth. So they pretend to be dead, rolling on that the whole big stone on which they are rolling, right? So this lady was saying that I was seeing myself in that what do you call it, cemetery or crematorium?
Channel ground.
Cemetery is more the graveyard.
Graveyard.
Okay, so where the body burned. Cremation ground. This is the best word. Yeah, cremation ground. So there, she said that I saw myself in that particular cremation ground, and she knows, she has this, she knows about this phenomena where the people roll, thinking that the death will be very easy. So she was doing that, and it was not. It was in Himachal, not in the Bodh Gaya or around Gaya. No, it was in Himachal, in her house, not in a what is that? Cremation ground, not in cremation. But she was hallucinating. You're getting it? You were seeing something which is not real. Okay, so what is that cremation ground which she was seeing? Hey, what is that cremation ground which she is saying? Is it real or not? It's not real. What is it then? Purely your mind, her mind. You're getting it? So the Buddha said that everything that you are seeing around, they're just your mind. You see them as external. This is the illusion. You're getting it? It's amazing. So this is one thing. Okay, so we'll stop here. Okay, we will do the decision prayer. So from tomorrow morning, we will begin the text. Page 52. I dedicate the marriage thus gathered towards the realization of the deeds and the prayers of Buddhism, Bodhisattvas of 3 times, and to the upholding of the doctrine of scripture and insight. May in all life, through the fourth this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the mind and vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect in the 2 stages. From my 2 collections, vast space that I've amassed from working with that effort is practiced for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds, wisdom, eyes blind of ignorance. Okay, next Buddha praise. Tagye tuje shage rezo chon shenge dege ponjomba serge lumbo tabo jebe ko shage gebu kela chanselo oh mone Mahamona Yeswaha Om Mone Mahamona Yeswaha Tagye tuje shaye rezo chon shenge medo 되게 번져봐 세계는 보다 보제베고 샤예 예보 켈라 자세노 오모네 모네 마모나 예스와 오모네 모네 마모나 예스와 탑게 두제 레소 숑셴게 메토 되게 본저바 serge lumbo tabo jebe ko shaye yebo kela chaselo oh mone mone Mahamona Yeswa Om Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswa Om Mone Mone Mona Yeswa Om Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswa Om Mone Mone Hamona Yeswa Om Mone Mone Mahamona Yeswa. All ye three persons together.